Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've seen a lot of pretty interesting stuff revealed for Black Ops 7 over the course of the past few days and weeks. For the multiplayer side of things, we got the whole reveal with that. I thought the trailer was really bad, but everything else as far as like gameplay goes, the announcements there, some of the weapon stuff, some of the new information we got courtesy of Charlie Intel, honestly sounds pretty solid. We'll detail some more stuff later on in the video as far as specifics go. Zombies looks awesome. I thought the trailer there was cool and everything. We've had some good news surface recently, but unfortunately, not a surprise with COD, but it's still unfortunate. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, because while you can have cool gameplay and cool maps and modes and weapons and all sorts of stuff, there is still one thing that is sort of the top of the umbrella that affects everything beneath it, and that is the gameplay, and that is the maps and the modes and the weapons and everything, and that's matchmaking. And we know in Call of Duty, it has been not great for a long time now because of how strict skill-based matchmaking is. Now, I don't think anyone out there is actually realistically thinking skill-based matchmaking will ever be fully removed from Call of Duty. They've stated time and again through their white paper, through other various means of communication, that there is a player base that thrives with skill-based matchmaking in place. Their largest casual audience is protected by it, and that ends up with them having better retention and better revenue. And so for a business-first game like Call of Duty, that's wildly important. However, the severity of skill-based matchmaking is something that could, and in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinions, should be adjusted. Unfortunately, we've had a response to skill-based matchmaking, but I'm obviously prefacing that with the word unfortunately. So you may recall this leak that surfaced a few days back from the Ghost of Hope, and this has had everybody talking a lot. So like skill-based matchmaking, always a hot topic with every single Call of Duty, every single year, really every single season. But this really took things to the next level because it's like, oh, something could be happening. We had Hope report saying, very big grain of salt leak, Treyarch developers are currently pushing to remove disbanding lobbies. Now, why is it phrased like this? Well, because if Treyarch wants to do something, they've got to take this large idea that would impact their game to the heads of Activision, the leads there, and then now presumably Microsoft as well, and say, hey, we want to do this. Can we change this? Because it's not something that they actually fully control. It's Activision's own outsourced stuff there, so they have to get the approval there before they can do a large-scale change like disbanding lobbies, which would have a huge impact on matchmaking. If you have a good connection to a lobby, you can stay on that server. If you have a lobby where you're doing well, you can stay in that server again and again and again until the other team is balanced out, people leave, sweatier players join. Like, there would still be elements of skill-based matchmaking, even with disbanding lobbies as a thing, like there was back in the day. It just wouldn't be as strict of skill-based matchmaking as it is right now, where every single lobby is a reset in a hard new sweat fest. So everyone got talking about this leak, and at the end of the day, it's still just a leak, not official by any means. But the hype around this was so large that it got to Treyarch's desk, and now they've commented on it. So as we go through their response, what it means, and the broad outlook here moving forward with COD, just a heads up, if you guys are new to the channel, a lot of you might be, by the way, would love to have you join us on the road to 1 million subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. I got you covered constantly with the latest going on in Call of Duty. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated, really does help grow the channel, and share the video around, even if the news might not be the greatest, because here's what we got from Charlie Intel. In regards to all the questions about skill-based matchmaking and disbanding lobbies, Treyarch told us that they see the comments on it. However, it is not under their control to change or adjust those, saying, quote, "We are just the developers." So what this is saying is that Treyarch, it's basically them saying it without saying it, Treyarch wants to change this stuff. They see the comments on it. We have the leak from Hope saying they're pushing for it. However, this sounds, based on my interpretation, I've been around a while, I sort of know how to read some of this stuff. This sounds, at least as of right this moment, that they probably brought it to Activision and Microsoft, whoever they had to talk to that, you know, signs off on these things, finalizes these things. They probably brought it to them and were told, yeah, we're not trying to do that right now. This sounds like it's a no, basically, which is really, really unfortunate if this is the end of the conversation. This isn't to say, though, that this is the end of the conversation, because with the beta coming up, we can assume they're probably going to turn down the skill base a little bit because it's going to make the beta feel better, and they know this. They do it every year. But then come launch, might get cranked up a little bit. unless maybe the beta is not as successful as they want. The pre-order numbers are still not there post-beta that they want to have for launch. Launch doesn't go over incredibly well. There's a chance this could be adjusted, but their initial reaction here is basically, yeah, we can't. We want to, but we can't because it's Activision's territory to change that. They outsource their servers and everything like that, matchmaking, to Demonware. They give them the directives on what to do there. So as much as Treyarch might want no skill-based matchmaking whatsoever, their response is, it's not our option to change. Even if we might want to do it, we're just the developers. We don't control that. And so this sort of Paul Blart Mall Cop segues back to our earlier conversation at the start of the video where I said, you can have insanely good gameplay, insanely good weapons and customization and sick camos and awesome whatever else, right? This could be the best Call of Duty ever from a gameplay perspective. But if the matchmaking is as strict and as just downright obnoxious as it is right now in Call of Duty, that's going to severely diminish the quality of this great gameplay. And keep in mind, that's just me providing an example, not saying this game is going to have great gameplay, but Keshav from Charlie Intel, who actually got to play the game last week, ended up saying this: Black Ops 7 multiplayer feels like a really refined version of Black Ops 6, much more colorful maps. To me, that's a W. Better movement feel, that's a W. Better weapon selection and balance, that's a W. And a lot better map variety, that's a W. A lot of the haters might have to play it at beta and see those changes, because admittedly, when you look at this and you think it's probably very similar to Black Ops 6, because it could be in a lot of ways, you might not have liked Black Ops 6, and so you can make the conclusion you're not going to like Black Ops 7. But the devs have pretty explicitly said they're trying to make this game not feel like Black Ops 6. They want it to be unique. You have Keshav here, who's probably the most trusted source for giving us accurate information in an unbiased way that he's going to tell it how it is, and has for a while now, right? With Charlie Intel. So that is a source that I trust personally, and so saying that it is going to feel like a better version of Black Ops 6, the changes that are there are good changes, is fantastic. And it gives me more hope for multiplayer, which, to be honest, based on the trailer, if I was just exclusively watching that trailer and that trailer alone, I would not think this is going to be a good game. I don't think that trailer was very good. It didn't make me feel anything. That was a lifeless trailer, in my opinion. The song sucked. The choreography of everything on it, it just was a boring COD trailer. There was nothing special about it. But when you read the blog about the gameplay, I think there's a lot of things that sound cool. Based on what I've heard, some rumors, some whispers out there about gameplay, I really think it sounds cool for multiplayer. What we now have official from people who've played it, I think there's a lot of potential there. Keyword potential. But again, if they don't do something with matchmaking, they're hard capping the potential. Instead of it being up here with like even toned down skill-based matchmaking with disbanding lobbies, it could be here, maybe not at its full ceiling, but it could still be up there. Instead, super strict skill-based, hard capped. And it's not about having to play people of your skill level every single game. Now that can get frustrating and it kind of diminishes the point of having ranked play. It's just ranked without rewards, basically. The problem is with skill-based, more so than it being a sweat fest, is kills your connection. Your connection quality gets worse the better you are at the game. There's things to back that up for years and years and years now for COD. It limits your party's potential. You can't have as much fun playing this game. It's kind of subjective, but I also feel like there's objectiveness to this as well. You can't have as much fun playing in a party unless you're all very similar in skill. If you have one phenomenal player who can, like, you know, be iridescent top 250 in ranked, and then a hard stuck silver player, and you try and party up, that silver player is going to have a miserable time because it's going to queue off of that iridescent level player's skill for the matchmaking, and it's going to be sweaty again. So if you have varying skill levels in your friend group and in your party, that experience is diminished. And COD's a social game, so it kind of throws that whole idea and that concept out of the window. And I hope that Activision realizes this. And I hope that you guys will help share the video around by leaving a like on it, actually sharing it as well. It's always seriously appreciated, because the only way this changes is that if Activision continues to feel the pressure. We got Treyarch to feel the pressure. They've brought it to their, advisors, to their executives and their leads that have to sign off on it, and they didn't sign off on it yet. I don't think that's the end, though. And I won't, quite frankly, accept that that's the end, because it is something that can be adjusted. Just bluntly, it can be changed And the only reason to not change it at this point, to me, would be either just extreme greed to the point where you only want casuals on the game that don't know better. The ignorance there is sort of bliss, right? Or just they're maniacs. Like, at the end of the day, why does it need to be so strict? And you have all these other games that have skill-based in them, but it's not like this. Unfortunately, though, our true response regarding skill-based and disbanding lobbies so far is not a good one. We'll see if this changes in the coming days and weeks. If it does, of course, I'll be sure to keep you guys informed. I hope I can update you guys in a few weeks on the situation. But that being said, it's going to wrap things up for this video. Again, if you want to help share it around, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.